What's up, everybody? Welcome to the BDJ Talk Sports Show. I am Buddy.
I'm D-Train.
And I'm Josh.
Welcome. It is currently 11:34 at night here on Friday, August 21st, 2020. We just been busy with life, but we always got to make sure we always get this done. We always come through. Is that right, boys?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah. And there's been a lot going on in the world of sports, too, as we go through our daily lives in the year of 2020. So let's hear it, boys. What's been going on in the world of basketball? There's been a lot
Yeah, I
going on.
think we got to start off. It's Friday night, and the Clippers are playing the Dallas Mavericks. Clippers, as of now, are up 118 to 107, and now 108 with Maxi Kleber's point. But big news: Luka Doncic is hurt. I don't know if it's going to be like a season-ending thing or whatever. He tried playing through it, and he got taken off the court like 3 or 4 times. So I can't see him playing the rest of this game. We'll see what happens. They don't play again until Sunday, so hopefully he'll be better by then. I don't know how serious it is because, once again, he's been going back and forth. So it can't be too serious enough that, he's in crutches or a wheelchair. But it's serious enough that it looks like he's shut down for the rest of the game. So that's nuts. Another big thing that happened in this particular series, which was huge a couple of days ago, was the Kristaps Porzingis ejection. When Porzingis got into he first blocked a shot that was a clean block that got called as a foul, and then he was mad, so he was saying stuff to the referees, and he, kind of fist bumped his arm, like, God, whatever. And he got called for a technical. Unanimously, everybody is saying that was a ridiculous call. And then later on in the game, Luka Doncic was having words with Marcus Morris Sr., and he kind of intervened and got in Marcus Morris's face. And Marcus Morris put his hand on Porzingis' throat and kind of shoved him. They shoved each other, and they got double technical, which meant Porzingis got ejected from the game. What's your take on that, guys? I'm guessing by now you had to have seen the footage, right?
I mean, from what I've seen, he kind of tried to cut off Luka, which was uncalled for, honestly. Like, everybody was pretty much down the court. So I don't understand what you're trying to cut him off for. Then he made his other, I don't even know who fell. Wasn't even paying attention to that part, but he made him fall, and he's just like, dude, what the heck? Like, you tripped me and you made him fall, like, and then that's when it just got out of hand. So that part there was just unnecessary. Like, everybody's down the court. What are you doing? Get down the court with everybody else, So I don't know. It's just some stuff that really shouldn't even happen, honestly. Like,
That's very true. Honestly, yeah. I mean, when you have moments like that, honestly, when you have players like, even that are not in the NBA, when you have players like Patrick Mahomes, even commenting and saying, like, on Twitter, like, what kind of call was that? LeBron James, like, even tweeted out, like, he used to go to basketball, like, even just, like you said, it was an anonymous thing. I'm sure we all can agree on that. It was a terrible call. He got ejected. And as I'm looking right now, I think in the game, is that Kristaps or is that Luka?
Porzingis. Well, Luka's behind Porzingis. If you're talking about them on the bench, I think you might be a minute ahead.
And especially in right now, especially this is the playoffs. This ain't just a regular season game or an exhibition game. This is the playoffs where everything matters at this time. So the fact that one of your best players, who you traded like 3 players and 3 picks for last year in 2019, that's a big player that you'd want to keep in the game. The fact that he got ejected is just crazy. That's what I think.
Yeah, and what you had mentioned about the playoffs, that's a great point. Given the the whole bubble and everything like that, everything that the fans have waited for, the players, everything they had to go through to get here, families, coaches, the whole shebang. You don't want to see a series decided by whistles. I feel like to an extent the referees have to kind of swallow their whistles a bit and let guys play on, because it's you don't want this to be the year that oh, this team was robbed because of you know referees.
Mhm.
And I mean, historically, you tend to see the Dallas Mavericks kind of get shafted, so to speak, by referees. The 2006 NBA Finals, biggest example, which led to Mark Cuban having an FBI investigation. And you see the LA teams and big market teams, the Lakers and the Celtics, get away with everything. 2000 Western Conference Finals against the Portland Trailblazers, when Rasheed Wallace got a technical and ejected for staring at a ref. 2002 Western Conference Finals, that was later Tim Donaghy, the referee who was caught gambling or whatever, actually said the 2002 Western Conference Finals was rigged between the Kings and the Lakers. So it sucks because you always see the big market teams get the advantage because they want to see the LA versus LA rivalry in the playoffs. And man, it just ruins everything. I don't want to say that oh, the referees are up to no good, but it's like you don't really help your case when you're kind of calling a little nonsense on a superstar player like Kristaps Porzingis, who's the second best team on the seventh seed, second best player on the seventh seed team. Sorry, that made no sense.
I actually got some update on Luka Doncic. Said that he has a left ankle sprain and he's out for the rest of the game. So that is your update on Luka Doncic at this very moment at 11:41 p.m. on a Friday night, August 21st. As you see, Kristaps Porzingis is on the line right now.
Yeah, and Marcus Morris just fouled out. Oh, he's got the footage. Josh, talk so they can see it when it plays back, because they're not gonna be able to see the footage.
I forgot this thing makes you talk. Yeah, all right, so yeah, that's it's just kind of showing you exactly like where it went wrong. It was pretty bad. Like you can tell, like instantly he felt it and just went straight to the ground. So yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Like boom, right there, you could just see it. But yeah. So
Yo, I just saw Kristaps devour someone. He literally
did y'all
blocked.
see the beating the Nuggets got put on, man?
Yeah, dude, I was tweeting on that. If you guys follow BDJ Talk Sports on Twitter, I'll put a link in the description. Don't worry. I was tweeting about how Mike Conley went off, and then Rudy Gobert just 20 points, 9 rebounds in the first half. Dude, that's like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, David Robinson performance, man. He just the Stifle Tower, dude. The Stifle Tower. And dude, this Paul George, man, you want to talk about having a rough bubble, dude? Oh, as he scores, great. But Paul George, before that bucket I saw today, dude's been having a rough go at it. I mean, he's putting the garbage in hot garbage, So, and then obviously the other big Los Angeles series, the Portland Trailblazers versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Game 1, the Blazers upset the world with by beating the Lakers pretty handedly. It was their worst offensive performance of the season, and they still won. And then Game 2 happened, and Anthony Davis finally decided to pony up and play the center, and they won by 30.
I actually want to bring up something, and it was I forgot. I think it was on like social media that I seen it, and I can't think of who it was. Cause I want to give credit, but I can't really remember. But they were saying like, if this playoff doesn't go the way the Lakers want it to, they were saying how maybe they can start getting rid of like, there was like maybe Anthony Davis doesn't come back. And maybe LeBron kind of brings in people. And so I'm like thinking, I'm like, and it's crazy because like this, LeBron has done this before, he's brought in his own people before. So it's like, could you see that happening if things don't go planned during this postseason? Do you think that that's a route that they would take?
Well, absolutely, and here's why. For starters, anytime LeBron's team loses, he has diplomatic immunity, and immediately it's everybody else's fault because it's LeBron James. He can't be bad, right? Despite him in Game 1 putting up empty stats. If you watched him in the second half, I mean, it looks like he's playing Massapequa PAL League. And then you have Anthony Davis, who, to be honest, is just as productive as I am when it comes to the fourth quarter. Dude does a whole lot of nothing. So if they get eliminated in the first round or second round, Anthony Davis, I mean, I don't think the Lakers are going to be in a rush to open the checkbook. To be honest with you, I don't think any team would be in a rush to open the checkbook because he's your superstar player, and then he leaves in the fourth quarter. I mean, in the playoffs, he makes freaking Clayton Kershaw look like Andy Pettitte. If we're talking about superstar players performing in the playoffs, I don't know. But, like, I can't see them. And then, I mean, I love Danny Green, Long Island native, one of my favorite players in the league. Loved him in San Antonio. Loved him in Toronto. But Green Ranger, what are you doing, man? I mean, he's having a rough go at it. Caruso's having a rough go at it. I could see him being bye-bye. Kyle Kuzma, if he had any trade value, he would have been gone already. So they can blow up the team, but I don't know. And Kyle Kuzma, honestly, it's the reason why I think so many people follow Kyle Kuzma so closely is because the Lakers are such a well-run organization. They think, oh, they must have seen some kind of talent that nobody else did, and that's why they didn't get rid of him. Meanwhile, they didn't get rid of him because he didn't have trade value. I mean, you look at Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram either was an all-star or was very close to being an all-star this year. Josh Hart when he's healthy, is very good. So Kyle Kuzma is not worth the hype. And from what I've seen, I haven't really even seen him do anything. And I was watching both Portland games when they played the Lakers. I haven't really seen him do anything. You know, dude's not getting any screen time. So I don't have the stats in front of me, but, you know, I can't see I pretty much what I'm saying is I agree with Josh. I agree with you, man, because I think if this doesn't go their way, they're going to want to do something because they're going to want to be in win now mode. You look at other Los Angeles teams too. This always plays a factor in it. They're not really winning aside from the Clippers. So and that's in their sport. So they are going to probably jump the gun and want to make changes. Flip side, anytime a team makes huge changes from one season to the other, you got to kind of let it go a bit. You got to let guys come into their own. You got to let that chemistry build. But we'll see.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, Kuzma only had 7 points, but LeBron only had 10. Like, oh my God.
But they still won by 30. LeBron didn't play a lot of minutes.
Anthony Davis had 31 points alone. Like,
and I mean, like, look, I'm not trying to sound like an Anthony Davis hater. I am, but I mean, it's also, dude, it's not like he's going up against Dikembe Mutombo.
oh yeah.
I mean, Hassan Whiteside's good, but he's kind of washed. And Nurkic isn't known as a defensive stopper. So, and people forget that, you know, people want to talk about, and the Lakers don't have is it Avery Bradley that they don't have? They don't have Rajon Rondo, but who's the other one?
Rajon Rondo. Yeah.
And who's the other guy? Avery Bradley? Yeah, Avery Bradley. And so, you know, people are going to say they don't have Rajon Rondo, they don't have Avery Bradley. It's like, dude, Portland doesn't have Trevor Ariza, who's one of, if not their very best perimeter defender. They don't have Zach Collins. They're having, oh my God, I'm forgetting his name. Trent Gabriel? Is it? Trey Gabriel from Portland? Wayne Gabriel. Wayne Gabriel, who's nobody's even heard of until 3 nights ago when he put on a clinic. I mean, like, you know, it's
He has
people are
seven.
going to look back at it and say, well, Damian Lillard was on a tear. It's like Lakers should not have lost one game if we're looking at this objectively. They should have swept. And I don't want to sound like I hate LeBron because I really don't. I think he's corny, but like other than that, he seems like an okay guy. He's a great player, obviously. But like that was the same thing when he was in the East and he got taken to 7 games by the Pacers. People make it sound like that Pacers team was like some all-time great team in 2018. They weren't. Before the series, everybody was projecting it to be a 4-0 sweep. Then all of a sudden, it's LeBron can't be bothered. It's like, dude.
I don't understand how this like 111 to 88 because I mean their numbers pretty much match. Like field goal percentage for the Trailblazers 40%, for the Lakers 47%. I don't understand. I mean, I really don't understand. I don't see where like I don't see. I mean, unless you want to talk about points. I mean, like I said, Anthony Davis had 31. Damian Lillard didn't even have at least 20. He had 18. And then you look at the other starters, 7 points from Gabriel, 2 points from Carmelo. I mean, 9 points for Nurkic. I'm probably saying that all wrong, but it's okay. And then, McCollum only had 13. I guess that's the only difference. I don't know, but the score doesn't really match what both teams were doing. Like, I don't understand it. I don't know.
And when you're looking at their starting players, the game was a blowout going into the fourth. So it was a bunch of garbage time minutes for players. And Lillard had gotten hurt. He dislocated his finger. But they're still down by 25 points or whatever it was when he had gotten hurt. I don't remember the number offhand. But, yeah, I mean, it was still at enough where, him going down wasn't too much of a factor. They were getting smoked anyway. But, I mean, we'll see. It's been a wild, wild, wild playoffs. Obviously, my sons are gone. I was going to cry. I was watching the game last week, Portland versus the Nets. I was like, no. No. Karis LeVert missed the buzzer beater on a horrendous shot. I don't know what made him think that was a good idea, but hey, whatever. The Nets are playing with house money. The Suns weren't. The Suns weren't even playing at all. And I was upset. I was mad. As you guys saw last week, I had my Brooke Lopez shrine. Didn't work. And my team still lost. And you know what?
I think you jinxed it, man.
What are you going to do? Maybe I think that's what it was. Because yesterday I was out with the boys. I was wearing a Portland. I have a Clyde Drexler jersey. I was wearing the Drexler. Dude, they got wiped, man. So, and I'm wearing a Sixers shirt right now. I was wearing it all day. I had some errands to run. They got smoked today. So who knows? Maybe you guys should just want me to wear the opposite jersey for who you want to win.
On the Thunder. I mean, we're already up 2-0 on the Thunder, so just go ahead and wear a Thunder jersey, so we can close this thing out.
You must be in your glory, man. Even without, talk to me about that as a Houston fan. Without Russell Westbrook, how are you guys just dominating? Talk to me.
Because see, the thing that people don't understand about the Rockets is we're not a bad team. Even when we don't have LeBron James, I said LeBron James. Whoops. Even if we don't have James Harden or Russell, it doesn't matter because we have a lot of people on our team that are ballers that just don't get the credit that they deserve. Austin Rivers is a great player, and people sleep on him for whatever reason. But keep doing it. Keep sleeping on him. Because he's going to keep busting y'all every game. He's going to keep busting y'all. And that's exactly what he's been doing. He's been playing great basketball, and I'm so happy to see him play. And, I'm so happy to see him as a Rocket, man. Honestly, I was so high on him coming to the Rockets. And, when I found out that he was here, I'm like, yo. Same thing with Eric Gordon. I was high on Eric Gordon when he was with the Pelicans. And so, when I heard that we was getting him, I'm like, yo, don't play with me, man. And then, so, yeah, but it's just we're a good team, and people don't give us the credit for that. And, yeah, and it's been dope, honestly. And then, you can see it, even Russ is, pumped up on the, on the sidelines. He's, pumped, and it's just, and I feel like people have also been trying to play us, oh, OKC is going to win. OKC is going to win. No. Like, I love Chris Paul, and I loved him when he was on the Rockets, but no, man. He's not going to get it done.
I just want to say that, like, you know that you're really a terrible organization when a team like in Oklahoma is running their organization better than a top 10 billion, like a top 10 franchise ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Oklahoma, like, they lost everybody. Lost KD, Westbrook, like Ibaka, all Steven Adams. No, Steven Adams still on there, right? Or no?
Yeah, he's still on there.
He's still on.
Aquaman.
So, like, all these players that they've had, and you look at it, they're ran better. That organization is run better by good people than the Knicks are. And just the fact that they have Chris Paul, who is a veteran now, he's not slightly in his prime, but not like he used to be. It's just crazy. And good for the Thunder. I'm honestly rooting for them, and I hope they go far.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers, I feel like he's always been around in the league. I remember when he scored that game winner against Duke. I mean, with Duke. And Doc Rivers was watching in the stands. So he's always been around, and he's always been showing off. And I know Josh right now is happy. I can see it in his face right now. He's like, yeah, that's my boy, Austin Rivers.
Yeah, that's my
Austin Rivers. I feel like he's doing pretty good, and I'm rooting for him too. So
yeah. I gotta give me an Austin Rivers jersey now, man. Like, I have a James Harden jersey, but I gotta give me Austin Rivers jersey.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Austin Rivers because I've never really thought he seemed like a bad guy, but everybody always talked bad about him. But then I feel like nobody ever really talked highly of Chris Paul. People have said that he's too much of a politician. He either likes you or he doesn't like you, and if he doesn't like you, you'll know it. And I've never heard anything good about Blake Griffin. A lot of people say Blake Griffin was difficult too. So I think that's like a big reason why that Clippers team fell apart. And Austin Rivers just kind of being a brat, it turned into like this whole big thing that like all of a sudden he was the kryptonite for the team when it was just injuries and a-holes. I mean, and then it's just like Matt Barnes had to babysit the team. That's how it always came across to me as Adventures in Babysitting starring Matt Barnes. But even DeAndre Jordan since he left the Clippers, I mean, he's been passed around like a hot potato. He was on the Mavericks, which he was dying to go to the Mavericks for so long. He goes to the Mavericks, then he just leaves the next year. He goes to the Knicks, then he leaves from the Knicks, then he goes to the Nets. I don't know. Different kind of guy, I guess. But
and it's like with the Rockets,
it's very bizarre to see the whole Austin Rivers, Chris Paul thing unfold, and then, as Buddy was alluding to, with losing so many players, another weird thing with OKC is guys leave and they just become superstars. James Harden, Domantas Sabonis, Victor Oladipo, Serge Ibaka. It's bizarre. It's a very bizarre franchise, and I kind of feel like the same thing with the Clippers. They're very bizarre franchises.
Yeah,
Continue,
man.
Josh.
It's like honestly, in the Rockets, it's like we've made like a lot of small like changes that it's not really like honestly the only like transaction that we really got was when the Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook trade was that was huge. That was like a huge thing. But I mean, even us getting Robert Covington, he's been a great pickup. Ben McLemore, he's been a great pickup. All these guys have been playing really well for us as well. So it's like our little pieces that we got have been some of the like best pieces, minus the James Harden, minus the Eric Gordon, minus, Russell. It's these guys that are their counterparts that are actually, like, I'm not going to say they're doing more work, but you can definitely see that they are helping a lot. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm just so excited. Like, everybody has said that right now it like we have a huge chance of winning, but people still don't give us the credit of being a good team minus Russ or minus James. But it's like people are really sleeping on the Rockets. And when we go to the championship and we win, I'm going to laugh in everybody's face because they really think we suck or something. Like, we don't suck, man. And people just don't put respect on Houston sports, period. So, you know how that goes. But no, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think they're up 3-0 in the series, 2-0 in the series.
2-0, 2-0.
Yeah, I know the Raptors for the first time in franchise history, they're up 3-0 over the
Oh,
Nets.
that's crazy that they're still doing good. So you kind of thought that they would have like just like boom, like fell off almost.
I never thought that.
Really?
I thought going into the season, I have to check, but I think they might have been my 1 seed because I thought that Kyrie Irving was a luxury.
Really?
I mean, I call him Kawhi Leonard, dude. Why did I call him Kyrie Irving? I thought he was a luxury, not a necessity. You look at Pascal Siakam, he's pretty much just like a mini Kawhi.
Mm.
Marcus Gasol is still, a very talented big man. Serge Ibaka is still very talented. The one thing I will kind of discredit them on, though, I thought they should have held on to Danny Green.
Yeah.
If that was good or bad, who knows? Because how he's been with the Lakers. Although I think that the Raptors have much more ball movement. The Lakers is kind of just LeBron draft paint, LeBron pass ball.
Isn't he more of an off-ball player though? Because I remember him with the
Yeah.
Spurs. He used to go crazy with the Spurs, man.
Yeah, and I think they want him to be more of like a spot up shooter. I think they want him to be more like a Kyle Korver than a Richard Hamilton, and I think that he's a better Richard Hamilton than a Kyle Korver. Like I feel like that's such a good comparison. I feel like the same thing with Tim Hardaway Jr. I feel like the Mavericks, and I think they are starting to use him as more of an off-ball player than the Knicks did, which I was saying while he was on the Knicks, that I would like to see him be a Richard Hamilton, not a James Harden. So we'll see. But the Mavericks, they lost. It is what it is. Hopefully Luka is healthy. I mean, he barely played in the fourth quarter. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. People were shocked that the Bucks lost the first game against the Magic. Can't say I was too surprised. They wound up just destroying them the next night. But I'm not surprised. The Magic always win the first game of a series. Last year they beat the Raptors. So who knows? Maybe it's like a curse. Maybe if like the Magic beat you in the first game of a series, you'll go on and win a championship. Who knows? We'll see. We'll definitely revisit this. But yeah. Then obviously the Raptors and the Knicks and the Nets. Karis LeVert's doing good. Jared Allen's doing good. It's just a classic example of one team being better coached. The coach for the Nets, I mean, they fired their coach during the COVID stoppage. They fired Kenny Atkinson. So it's a classic example of a team being out-coached and just outmanned with the depth that Toronto has. I don't think anybody was really expecting the Nets to go far. So we'll see. The Denver Jazz series has been great so far. I think we're all kind of expecting that, but they got blown out. There was 2 close games, and then today, Denver just blew their doors off. Got their doors blown off by Utah. Mike Conley had a monstrous game coming back after having a kid. Rudy Gobert was just a paint beast. I'm trying to think of other series. I think that's it for the Western Conference. Eastern Conference, there's the Pacers and the Heat going at it. I think healthy Pacers with Domantas Sabonis. I think the Pacers would be up right now, but it's Miami pretty handedly. Goran Dragic is in like vintage form. Like to see it. Jimmy Butler's doing very good. Tyler Hero has stepped up big, and so has Mitchell Robinson. So they got a really good team there moving forward. Going into the season, I thought it was going to be a Jazz versus Pacers finals, but clearly not going to happen. I can't see the Pacers getting out of this one now without Sabonis, and he's done for the year. So And then Celtics versus 76ers. I mean, it's not even fair. Today it was a semi-close game, but it was. I mean, it was still, the box score makes it seem like it was much closer than it was. So I don't know if you guys have any other takes on the NBA playoffs, but
No, I'm set.
No, that's pretty much it.
and then the NBA draft came out. Minnesota Timberwolves have the first overall pick. New York Knicks have the 8th overall pick. My Phoenix Suns have the 10th overall pick, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest, shock. I mean, you could be shocked or you could not be shocked. Either way, you could feel how you feel about it. But the New York Knicks, of course, they don't get the first overall pick. Like Stephen A. said, not the top 3, not top 5, the top 8. Just number 8. Jesus.
I still don't understand that whole lottery nonsense that they do with the NBA.
Yeah, thank God they don't do it with the NFL, or else that would have been a disaster.
Oh my God, that would have been the worst, bro. Like, to know that you the sorriest team and then you don't even get the freaking first pick, for crying out loud, because you enter a lottery, that's stupid. I don't like the way the NBA does their draft. I just don't understand. Like, I really don't. Like, so you're telling me I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm the worst team, and I have to enter a lottery to get at a position that can help me become a better team? No way, man.
Well, what it is it's anti-tanking. Basketball is the easiest sport to tank in. And in the 80s, when the draft lottery was implemented, there were teams that were just like really, 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 really bad. So the draft lottery was being implemented to almost be like to almost like reshuffle the league, pretty much, to kind of distribute talent more evenly. Because, which sounds counterintuitive, but you had teams that would be the worst team in the league, but would have some of the best players, but they were just hurt. So then it's like they're gonna have superstar players, but this isn't an actual example, but let's just say Ralph Sampson of the Rockets is hurt, so now he's gonna be benched. So then, actually, I think this actually did happen. Ralph Sampson was hurt, and that's how they got Hakeem Olajuwon, because it was pre-draft lottery.
I've seen the dream, baby. Woo!
And that's one of the reasons why I think they went with the draft lottery eventually, was because you have a superstar player in Ralph Sampson now being joined with another superstar big man in Hakeem Olajuwon. And they felt like it had to be more balanced. And then some people also say they wanted Patrick Ewing to go to the Knicks. Obviously, I think that's a part of it, but it wasn't rigged for the Knicks. People have actually done like experiments to see, and it's impossible. The whole bent envelope, frozen envelope, it's impossible to predict which one it was going to be. So who knows? I mean, it is what it is, but
Yeah, but honestly, not thinking of it now. I guess you would. No one tanks in baseball. Like, if you got to tank 162 games, that's a lot.
yeah.
Football. Football's a lot as it is, just as much as basketball.
Just go out there. Don't even try to swing the bat. Just look at every pitch. If it's a strike, look at it. If it's a ball, you got it. No, if it's a ball, swing at it. And if it's a strike, just look at it.
Do you want to hear an interesting thing?
Yeah.
Josh, you actually inadvertently stumbled upon something that's actually happened in professional baseball once.
Ah!
So I want to say it was Jack Morris. I'm not 100% certain though. But there was some player on, I think, the Expos or Blue Jays or somebody, who had like a streak of complete game shutouts. And the game was going to be rained out. So the team with the player, when it was their turn to bat, they just swung at everything. Because if it got past the 5th inning, then it counts as a complete game. So they just swung at everything. Like a ball was like 3 feet out of the strike zone, the guy just swung. And like I don't know if you guys ever saw Major League with Bob Uecker, just a bit outside. Dude swung for the fences. And like they're like, oh man, oh it sucks. Oh man, I struck out. But like that's like that's like a real thing. I can't think of the game for it. When this video goes up, I'll do the research. Probably not gonna remember, but it's like a wild thing that actually happened once.
That is hilarious.
I think it's you find out baseball has a bunch of weird stories.
A strange coincidence that happened. Like,
but it's like literally exactly what you're talking about. Just to get the game over with, they just swung it out.
Exactly. Like that's the thing about it though. Like stupid stuff like that really happens. Like, and it's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
That was I can't think if it was. I think it might have been Eddie House or Gerald Green. They were a rebound away from a triple double. So on the inbound, they went to their own basket. They threw it off the backboard and they caught it. And then they were mad that it didn't count as a rebound to get the triple double. This was before triple doubles were just easy. This was like 10 years ago when it was actually like difficult to get. But yeah. I think is that it for basketball? Your finals predict. What's your final prediction looking like? Right now, I think it's going to be Raptors versus blank LA team, but I don't know. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
I don't even know, man. It's just so inconsistent right now. It's like a team looks good, and then the next day they look like crap. So it's like really hard to judge for me right now. Like I would already have like okay, yeah, I know it's definitely them, but I don't even know right now, man. I'm just trying to gather, like, my goodness, man. Like I feel like every team right now is pretty much just still trying to find the flow of things. So it's like no team is really consistent enough right now, I would say. And I mean, it's it's the first round, so I can't even say like, maybe second round you'll start seeing teams actually pull away more. But I mean, for this first round, it's kind of like a try me out, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Right now, I think it's going to be Raptors and whatever LA team gets there, but there's still a lot of game left. So we'll see. But buddy, what are you thinking? Do you have any finals predictions, or do you think it's too early to call?
I think either the Lakers or the Clippers are going to be in it. I don't know who the other team could be, but I think it's going to be one of those two.
So we're pretty much all in agreement, right?
Okay. Yeah, I know one of the LA teams are going to. I really push for the Rockets to go, but as of right now, I would definitely say one of the LA teams. But I personally would lean more towards the Clippers.
I agree.
I feel like I don't know. I just feel like they're more complete than the Lakers are. Like, if people get hurt on the Lakers, you're in trouble. But I feel like with the Clippers, they're in a way they're more. I don't know. I feel like they're just more complete to me. I don't know.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think the very physical style of basketball that the Clippers are playing is actually going to bite them in the rear end when it comes time for the conference finals and finals with injuries and whatnot?
First, I was going to say no, but then you said injuries, and I kind of like just froze. I say yes, but no, because I feel like at the same time, they're definitely going to make the other team feel it too. So in a way, I would say it would both benefit them and not benefit them, because indirectly they would be hurting themselves. That's like, you dropping a bomb on somebody, but then your people are there too. So now you've killed your people and their people. So I feel like it's going to do both. And I feel like it will only hurt them if they go into it and they're hurt, but the other team that they're playing, they're fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel, as of right now, I feel like it would benefit them more right now. I mean, as long as they can stay healthy. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. So, I guess baseball, right? A lot been going on there.
Yep.
First, we got to talk about something that's really stupid that's happening in baseball. Fernando Tatis Jr. Can we all just agree that that these unwritten rules are stupid and they all favor the freaking pitcher and is dumb?
Well, in today's generation, yes, I would say so.
Okay.
What's wrong with you hitting a grand slam?
I don't get it. Like, and then you look at like the Hall of Famers, like nobody's coming out saying that was ridiculous. This is outrageous. Like Johnny Bench is saying, like, dude, swing for the fences. Reggie Jackson's like, dude, swing for the fences. I mean,
I know, like, but seriously, I'm trying to understand. That's kind of like when you play sports, when you play like Pop Warner sports, in the whole, everybody gets a trophy. If I worked harder than you, I should definitely get that praise. I don't see what the big issue is that you hit a grand slam against somebody. It's freaking baseball. It's sports. Are you serious? I'm not going to go out to the market and somebody buy the last peach and they say you're wrong for buying the last peach. No. You snooze, you lose. It's gone now. Sorry. Go to another market and get another freaking peach. I don't know. But for you to sit up here and say, oh, don't hit grand slam. What? I don't understand. This is a sport.
Wait, why is
it not the country club?
The grand slams?
Yeah, so for those of you, I guess we should explain it. For those of you who didn't see, by the way, shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They just beat the Rockies 5-1.
Hey.
Now time to go back to the other game. So what happened was against the Texas Rangers, the San Diego Padres superstar, Fernando Tatis Jr., bases loaded, up by 7 runs in the 8th inning, I want to say. 7th or 8th inning? 8th inning, top of the 8th inning. Bases loaded, 3-0 count, whips the shot, rips a home run, grand salami, and everybody was like, that's ridiculous, this is absurd. Even some of the Padres staff was like, that's ridiculous, this is absurd. Eric Hosmer had said to Tatis Jr., like, look, man, now somebody's going to get thrown at. Sure enough, next at bat, ball goes behind Manny Machado. Ordinarily, I'd say that's ridiculous, but it's Manny Machado. He's a tool. I don't like him. I don't care. But it's ridiculous. The only unwritten rule that I think benefits hitters, the only one, is no quick pitching. Pitchers wait for the hitter to get settled. Other than that, like, everything favors the pitcher. Like, unwritten rules, you mean just what advantages for the pitcher? Dude, you suck. You just walk the bases loaded. Now you're going to give me 3-0. I'm a superstar in the league. Dude, give me the grand slam. Get out of here. Then the Padres went on to hit 4 grand slams in the series.
And it's like, what exactly are you teaching the players? That if I hit a grand slam, I'm wrong? No, pitch better. I don't know. Other team hit better. Because I actually was hearing on a podcast that they were saying that they were thinking about trying to do, because they had it, I guess. I don't know if they took it away, but the mercy rule, that they were going to try to implement that back. Like, I don't know. I guess the number would be somewhere like 10 or something like that. I don't know. But they were saying something about maybe that's what they were going to do. And I'm just like, but why? These are grown men. They're not 5.
Be better.
Dude, hit the ball. He's hitting it. You can't hit the ball?
Mm-hmm.
It's not his fault that he can hit and you can't. Practice. Go to the batting cage. I don't know. You make millions of dollars. Go build you a freaking state-of-the-art batting machine. I don't know. Do something, though. Like, come on. You get mad at a guy for hitting a grand slam. Well, maybe you should just play better. Texas Rangers, since y'all want to copy our stadium.
Yeah, they got to get the baseball bat from Johnny Test. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. Johnny
Yeah,
Test,
it
the one that
automatically hits home runs for you. Yeah, I remember that episode.
automatically hits the home run. Yeah, maybe you should do that next time, dude.
Yeah.
Or just, get a pitcher not named Lance Lynn that could throw for you. Use necromancy to bring back C.J. Wilson's career. How's that sound?
C.J. Wilson, I remember him. Honestly,
God.
I want to give my take. I honestly think that's stupid. You gonna yell at him for no, like
Yeah.
you gonna yell at a player for hitting a grand slam consecutively? Like, just saying, you're gonna yell at a player for like just being him and just letting it happen? That is ludicrous, and people should be ashamed of themselves for even questioning it and thinking about taking it away because your feelings got hurt because you suck.
The only
Come on, I'm just saying, because like you play to play. If I'm gonna hit like if I can hit a million grand slams, I'm gonna do it. Like, the record is 23. If A-Rod would have beat it, I know he would have beat it, or he did beat it.
he did beat it. He beat Lou Gehrig's record.
He had a lot, yeah, he had a lot of grand slams. But like, I just think that's ludicrous, and the fact that his own teammates are just saying like, "Hey, like you gotta calm down." Like,
That part of
really?
the
The mercy rule? 10 people, like with 10 runs. That's just like I went to a Mets game once where the Mets destroyed the Dodgers 15-2. Where's the? It's like, oh no, D-Train, you can talk. What are you saying?
Yeah, so a couple of things. One, the reason why the Padres got mad at Tatis was because they looked at it as now they're going to throw at us. Like, it's stupid. We get it. But, I mean, sometimes you have to kind of let bygones be bygones.
No.
Flip side, I mean, fellas, let's call it how it is. Baseball can sometimes, especially in a blowout game like that, kind of becomes a race between paint drying and grass growing. Do we really need to be here longer? I mean, that's just the logistics of it. Not that I agree with it, but like I could kind of see that argument. And then on the flip side, it's like, with the mercy rule or whatever, it's like, but then you're killing guys' stats, Like you're gonna mercy rule in like what inning, like the 7th inning or 8th inning or whatever. And then it's like that takes away ABs, it takes away stats. Flip side though is, the ball is obviously juiced. So I mean you're getting a huge benefit anyway. So I would love to see somebody like Mickey Mantle in today's league that was just freaking pounding baseballs back in the day, just what he can do to the ball now that it freaking flies. But it's like every ballpark's like the late '90s Coors Field, where you just throw the ball and it's 600 yards or feet, or however they measure it. I don't know.
Isn't it like feet or something like that?
Yeah, it's feet. It's feet. I was just tense moment. But yeah,
I still feel like it all comes down
it's weird.
playing baseball.
It's weird.
Like, mad that he hit a grand slam because your pitcher is throwing it where he can hit it.
Yeah. Why didn't you get out of the restaurant, stop making meatballs, and start doing something, dude?
Like what? Like that? I'm sorry. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they're going to throw at us. They should have been throwing at us. Apparently, since we are killing them so bad, they should have been throwing at us. Maybe they should get mad and maybe they can do something about it and score some freaking points. I don't know, Dennis. Maybe I'm just that. Maybe that's just the just competitiveness in me, where I don't care, dude. My high school baseball team used to suck so bad. We used to get blown out 22-0, and I still wanted to go play. I didn't care that they were hitting home runs. They were good. I mean, what you want them to do? Start being sucky? No, that's not how it works, man. You got to do better. Y'all are all professional players. There's nobody that's not a professional that's playing baseball. Yeah. If you're there, it's because you're a professional. That means that you need to be a professional and, I don't know, make contact with the ball. I don't know.
Yeah. That's how I look at it, man. Win or lose on your own. That's like when I played volleyball, our team was not very good. the years I played, the years I got minutes. Our teams were not very good. And, a lot of it was coaching and, other factors that I'm not getting into. But it's like, I mean, like we would get our doors blown off often. There was a team that was playing in a division above us for years. And then they got dropped down a division to play in the lowest division in Nassau County. It's like, okay, so what? It's volleyball, dude. Just play. But they had a JV team. No other team in the division has a JV team. So their guys have had more experience than our guys did. Our team, the only guys that got minutes was this one freshman who was just like a prodigy. Shout out my dude Chris. And a bunch of seniors and juniors, and maybe one or two sophomores that year. Their team was so much more experienced by the time they got up to our level. It was unfair, it was ridiculous, and they shouldn't have been playing against us or any other team. Did we complain? No. And the kids were jerks, too. They were jerks. Like, they were showboating and whatever like that. It's like, oh, you're going to showboat against the D-train? Well, okay. So I remember one kid was talking about, like, oh, next spike, I'm going to do the finger guns. I was like, okay. All right, I'll remember that, buddy. I'll remember that 7. Okay. So he goes to spike it, and I was a blocker, so I sent that back, got my Matumbo on, and then I looked him right in the eye and did the finger guns. He was like, he's not talking. I said to him, I'm like, you're not saying anything now? What's up? But, like, I mean, that's how it is, man. If you're losing by 7 runs, 10 runs, 11 runs, don't complain, man. Be competitive. Be competitive. Fuel it, dude. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. This whole unwritten rules thing, I feel like every couple of years it comes back. Like, it's like a bad habit, man. It's ridiculous. Just, geez. Like, God, make the game exciting. Enough already. Then another big thing that happened in baseball, I don't know what your take is on this, was Trevor Bauer's free Joe Kelly sneakers got him in big trouble with the MLB. He was not allowed to wear them, or he would be fined or not allowed to play or something like that.
Wow.
It's stupid.
That is stupid.
I mean, you're going to discipline a guy for speaking out on behalf of a player more than a team of cheaters. No offense, Josh. But it's ridiculous. In all fairness, though, I think that the biggest reason why they told Trevor Bauer he wasn't allowed to wear them, they were hideous. They were just absolutely hideous. I mean, I think that they did the world a favor by telling him not to wear them because they were an eyesore. Okay, but it was, I mean, hideous.
But
crime against humanity.
That goes back to what we said way earlier with the whole, like, when the whole situation started. It's not about that. It's not just about it's about how it makes the whole organization looks. You can't allow people to go out there and do, speaking your mind is one thing. But to go out there, that's just adding more fuel to a fire that's already been put out. Like, he got the time, he got the time reduced, you're moving on from that point. And so for you to try to make some stupid shoes, it's just like you reopening a wound that has already been closed. So I think that's really what the main thing was with that. Like, don't nobody want to keep going back over that. Like, we've been through that already. It's a done deal, So I don't know. That's just kind of what I took from it. But,
yeah, and that was another thing I was going to say was, oddly enough, maybe this contradicts what I just said, but I think it's ridiculous that he's getting in trouble for it. But at the same time, too, it's also like, dude, could you have been more late to the freaking party? Like, this was like 3-4 weeks ago, Trevor. Where were you, dude?
Yeah.
You had how many starts in between that?
Yeah.
I mean, that was like the 5th or 6th game of the season, dude. Like, what were you doing?
He's like,
where were you then?
Like, the joke laugh. Like, everybody's done laughing. He's just,
yeah. It's like when you tell a joke. It's like when you're with your buddies or whatever, you tell a joke, everybody's cracking up, and 3 minutes later, you always have that one kid's like, oh, dude, I just got it, man.
You're 5
That's how it was. It was, it's like the free speech part of it. I'm like, yeah, he should be able to do whatever he wants to do, as long as it's not vulgar. Or a couple, like maybe 7 years ago, a player on the Blue Jays in Spanish had, I think, a homophobic slur or something written on his eye black. I can't remember what player it was, but needless to say, it wasn't in the majors much longer. That's a PR nightmare. So, I mean, like, unless, of course, it's something like that, then I think free speech is okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, A, the sneakers looked hideous, and B, it's like,
You're late.
I mean, dude, you're late. And then C, it's like, it's Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer's trying to, has like his brand. He likes to be, like internet famous or whatever. He's a great player, but he has his brand. That's why he threw the ball to center field. Do I like Trevor Bauer? No, absolutely not. He's corny and cringy. I feel like he doesn't realize people are laughing at him, not with him. Trevor, if you're watching this, you're probably a nice dude, but like, there's there's better ways to go about this.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can be like fun to watch, but also not be corny. Like Dennis Eckersley used to strike people out, point at them, and curse them out on his way off to the mound, wave to them goodbye. I mean, that's funny. But like you just like doing like the McGregor walk or whatever. It's like, dude, that's another one. Way to be late to the party, man. Didn't realize it was 2014, dude.
So cringy,
Like anytime I think I want to like Trevor Bauer, I'm like, dude, this guy's cringy, man. Like, forget this dude, man. But whatever. Screw you, Trevor.
I feel like another big news that's going on is what's going on with the Mets. So apparently, one player and one staff member were diagnosed with COVID-19. As a result, the Mets game yesterday versus Miami was postponed, and the Subway Series, which was originally only had one game postponed, the whole series is now postponed. And Aaron Boone didn't rule out a doubleheader for Monday, but for now the Mets are coming back to New York in the recommended precautions that they should, and now they are just taking tests and awaiting the results, as hopefully only those two people have COVID. And I wish those people get well and recover well and stay safe. Hope the Mets are, away from people and just quarantine if they think they have COVID, but just stay safe. So what do you guys think on this, teacher? I know you're a Yankee fan. I know you should be, and I'm sorry that we canceled your games. Us my fans, I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about. I mean, look, dude, I'm an Eagle Scout, bro. I get it. Safety first. Be prepared. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. The boys can use a little rest, take some naps, do what they got to do. It gives our injured players, more time to come back. Brilliant strategy by Aaron Boone.
And Judge.
More reason for him to become manager of the year. Brilliant strategy.
Hey, Dennis,
Savant.
I just want to say that you remember what we talked about last week about the Astros, right?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. 8-game winning streak. So they listened to me. So Astros, if you're listening again, keep up the work. They're down 3-4 right now, but I mean, it's still plenty of game left.
And who are they playing?
They're playing against the Padres.
Padres are on a tear. I feel like I was making fun of dude. Maybe I should just stop talking. You ever notice that? Like anytime I say like a team's just like garbage, that's like Trevor Bauer's gonna pitch like a perfect game, dude. He's gonna have corn on his sneakers. He's gonna have like little corn.
You are the kryptonite.
I just jinx everybody. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I just jinx everybody. It's like a curse. Like, all right, this actually has some real merit to it. Okay. So I'll take you back to a year called 2012. All right. I was sitting at the lunch table with my two friends, Mike and Tony, huge Devils fans, and they'd be talking about the game constantly. So I was like, oh, dude, I want to get in on this. So like, what channels? Where can I find it? Like SNY, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. go home, watch the game. I'll never forget the game. It was David Clarkson of the New Jersey Devils had a hat trick and game-winning shot in the shootout. Nuts, dude. Nuts. One of the best sports games ever. Can't remember who they played. I want to say it was the Canadiens, but I'm not sure. I feel like default hockey team for me is always the Canadiens. So flash forward, I'm like, dude, these guys are pretty sick. So I watched them that whole year. I'm like, dude, these guys are really sick. They go to the finals. They go to the Stanley Cup finals. So I'm like, first time I'm rooting for these guys, they go to the finals. Look at this. Can't beat that. Same thing with the New York Yankees in 2009. First time I'm really following the team that go to the World Series. Can't beat this. Although this wasn't 2009. This was 2012 when the Devils got their doors blown off by the LA Kings. Since then, every team I've supported just sucked. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. This is the David Clarkson curse. That's what I'm calling it, dude. I mean, my favorite player on that team, Ilya Kovalchuk, left the team. I mean, like, it might be some investigating I have to do to this. But it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it has to be. I have to stop rooting for teams. Bad stuff happens. The Marlins, we say get fishy with it, and then all of a sudden they forget how to play baseball.
You know, I want to ask you guys. So, like, people have been talking about the Madden curse lately. I want to ask you guys again. I know we talked about this before, but I feel like we should bring it up now. Do you believe in the Madden curse?
I'm having a hard time believing it now.
Shout out to my boy Peyton Hillis. Shout out to my other boy Vince Young. Absolutely, I believe in it. Actually, that's not true. I'm just kidding. You know what it is. I mean, stuff happens. I mean, there's so many injuries in sports and so many wild and wacky stuff happens that, I mean, like, it's bound to happen every now and then. The weird one, though, is the NBA one that every time they pick somebody, the next year they leave the team. Did you ever notice that? It's, like, really bizarre.
I never thought of that, no.
It's really strange. Like, Kevin Durant was on the cover, then left a year or two later. Anthony Davis. If you actually have a cover of the game, I don't think Anthony Davis is wearing like a jersey. Like, I think he's wearing a Laker jersey. Yeah, I don't think he's wearing a Lakers jersey because he didn't have a team yet. Kyrie Irving, they had to wait until the last second to send out the game because they didn't know he was going to be on the Celtics. It's wild. That I believe in more than the Madden curse.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so far, Pat Mahomes, he's won a Super Bowl. He's gotten paid the richest contract ever in sports. So, I mean, hasn't hit him yet. Knock on wood. You keep it going. Keep it going. Of the good luck for Pat Mahomes, I'm gonna knock on wood for that again. So let's keep that going. Again.
Tried to say it hit him because he had got like hurt like earlier on in that season. Following
Yeah, he did hit him. Yeah, because he did get hurt.
He hit it with him, but like from what we understand, the Madden curse, it hit hard, like you were nobody after that. So like, yeah, no, I mean, he did really good. I mean, but it's a lot of players that didn't really get hurt. I mean, like, you can say Odell got hit hard, but he didn't. I mean, he still put up good numbers. They weren't the numbers that he put up to get on the cover, but he still hit numbers. So, I mean, it's a lot of players that, yeah, their production went down a little bit, but who doesn't? I mean, you're not going to stay on top the whole time. So, but I mean, you do have people like Peyton Hillis and Vince Young that got hit. Whew.
Well, Peyton Hillis was also a victim of his own stupidity.
Well,
Vince Young literally just like forgot how to be a quarterback. I don't know what happened with that.
Like Steve McNabb, he got hit hard too, right?
Steve McNair or Steve Young?
No, it was
Vince Young.
Donovan McNabb, are you talking about?
Yeah, my bad. I said the wrong D. Yeah, Donovan McNair.
Yeah, I
Didn't
think he had like a career-ending injury or something,
Yeah,
didn't he?
like his leg, right? It was his leg.
Yeah.
First game of the season. And then Ray Lewis, I don't think when Ray Lewis got it, I don't think he played like a full season. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Ray Lewis was still pretty much on top though. Like, I mean, he was still the same person that Rick had. I don't know.
The next year he played like no games. He only played like 2 or 3.
Wait, did he hurt his knee or something?
Yeah, he had like a wacky injury. Marshall Falk had a horrible season.
Yeah.
Vince Young didn't even play in the league.
Yeah.
Like Vince Young was just never the same
God,
the rest of his career.
I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it because I've seen people get hit hard, but then, you know, like Patrick Mahomes just won the freaking Super Bowl. So it's like.
I'll never forget Peyton Hillis. I don't know why people thought they would put Peyton Hillis. Like Aaron Rodgers just won the Super Bowl that year in 2010. And then like Michael Vick had this good year. And there's right way. There's what?
Michael Vick is pretty self-explanatory. That would have been a PR nightmare.
Yeah, that's true. But like, there's so many other better options. Matt Ryan, like that year too. There's just so many better options. Tom Brady, even before 2018. You know.
Wasn't Gronk on there too?
Gronk was on there too. Yeah. He was on Madden 16. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was on one of them because I remember the Madden Mobile.
I mean, I guess we have to wait to see how Lamar turns out. You know, he's just won the cover this year, so.
I have faith in Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Like, I mean, I think this year they're gonna do really good. They just got to keep it up, and they can't blow it in the playoffs.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm picked up on them now, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying they're gonna like fall off and have a terrible year, but I don't think like the running and stuff. I don't think is gonna be as high. Like, people are gonna like dumb down on that a lot, and they're gonna make him throw the ball this year.
Yeah, like teams are gonna study really. You know, I'm sure they studied really hard during the off season, like they all do. And I mean, Lamar Jackson, I give him credit. Like, I remember before the playoff game versus the Titans, like they were like They were like not celebrating. They were like goofing around on the golf cart. So I don't really thought they took it serious. And I thought the Titans came to play, and not the Ravens. Ravens didn't show up that day.
But I remember him being on the Texans, man. That dude can coach.
Who?
Vrabel.
Vrabel, yeah, he's a goat.
He was our defensive I think he was our DC for the Texans, and then that's when he got the job for the Titans, the head coach job for the Titans, so he left. But
I thought he was with the Patriots.
No, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe early on, maybe because him and O'Brien had ties, and O'Brien was a Patriots guy, so maybe that's where he got him from when O'Brien first got to the Texans. But he was definitely on the Texans as our DC.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember him he was definitely on the Patriots one of those times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because usually that's what O'Brien does. He brings a whole bunch of Patriots staff over because Romeo Crennel, he's one of the Patriot greats himself, and he brought him over to the Texans. So I think that's where he met him at. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of people, like a lot of the Patriots for one, they had a lot of their players opt out. So I don't know. It's gonna be a weird year, that's for sure.
But it's gonna be a weird year indeed. It's exciting and interesting to see how things turn out. I cannot wait for football. I am taking off.
I think
on Sundays so I can relax and watch football. And especially, I cannot wait for fantasy football soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be another weird one to watch.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Man, I would say people are gonna like. If you are a fantasy football player, I suggest you pick up the Chiefs running back that they got from LSU. Yeah, man. They've been talking real good about him. So I'm interested to see how he'll do against the Texans. You know, that's very first game. So September 10th. So I'm
You know
excited
who
to
I'm
see.
gonna take? I'm gonna take again. Jamison Crowder.
Really?
Yeah, because Sean Jefferson, the wide receiver coach of the Jets, he said that he's bound for 90 plus catches, and he already had like 78 receptions for 183 yards. No, 8,300, 838 yards. So imagine if Sam didn't miss those games, how much he would have been doing. Like how much more stats he would have had.
Yeah, I guess that's true too, because y'all don't have Anderson anymore either. So
No, yeah, we do got Bashard Perryman. I think Bashard Perryman's gonna be pretty good. They said he's looking good. We brought in Dante Moncrief for a workout, brought in Kevin White, who was like a top 10 pick that didn't work out.
wait, y'all just got a receiver though. Oh crap.
Yeah,
What's his
we signed Chris Hogan,
Mm-hmm.
who is
Yeah,
a New
Chris
Jersey
Hogan,
native, and he went
but
to my sister's college.
who did y'all get from? Wasn't he from Tampa Bay or he was from?
Bashard Perryman.
Yeah. That's
And
right.
then we drafted Denzel Mims, but he's like injured right now with a hamstring injury. So like we don't know what's going on with him. But I think he'll develop later on in the season. We'll see how it goes out. Be interesting to see what goes on. But
Then I know they're talking. They liking Judge for the Giants, man. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. It's something different, better than that knucklehead we had before him.
yeah, Pat Shermer. The guy was
I
a
mean,
loser.
before him we had McAdoo or Maccabee or whatever
Ooh,
his name
That was
was.
another. I don't know
that
what you
guy was
call Ben McAdoo.
Yeah,
terrible.
He wasn't a loser.
Scrub Lord.
Yeah, that couldn't coach.
I mean, look, pretty much what I'm saying is there's only one way to go.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Especially in New York. New York, you either do something or you leave.
Yeah, I'm much more patient with the Giants than I am with the Yankees.
Really?
Oh yeah, football isn't my main sport. It's
Well, with the Yankees, it's either you win it or you had a terrible year. So I mean, you guys really put the pressure on your players.
something with the Giants. There's like no mediocre Giants teams, man. They either just win or they
Play
lose.
to win, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I have patience with the
I don't
Giants.
blame them.
Some of my
Like,
friends,
yeah.
my dad, other people I know, just no patience with the Giants. Right now I have patience. We'll see.
I think it's more because they just want to win. They're tired of losing. It gets like that sometimes. Trust me. I've had my time with the Texans when we were 2-14, and I'm like, yo, like, stop being sucky and let's do this.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Jets to get out of that forever. It's been hard.
I don't know, man. I believe in Sam, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a believer of Sam. So you guys got you a franchise quarterback, and all you got to do is keep putting the puzzles around them, and
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 Joe, yeah,
defensively, defensively I need to get stronger too. And I mean, hey, y'all be there, man.
and Joe Douglas, we trust. I trust in Joe Douglas.
Shoot, man.
I trust in him. I can't wait. And I remember Jamal Adams clapped back at Greg Williams when Greg Williams said that he might be bored in Seattle
Yeah,
because Seattle uses their safeties different than Greg Williams would have. And of course, Jamal had to clap back and was like, well, at least I don't think I'm going to get bored of winning. But all right, let's see how it is, Jamal.
yo, but no,
Yeah,
Pete Carroll, he clapped back too.
yeah, I saw that. Like heck, he's saying.
That was
I don't get it. Like, hey, you gave up a lot of draft picks. Thank you. That's all I gotta say. And I'm just looking forward to see how the trade works out for each side. But let's talk about a lot of injuries that have been going on in football. Jared McCoy, who recently just tore his ACL. That was a big signing for Dallas. And then you have who else do you have? You have Robert Alford. He tore his pec, and for the Arizona Cardinals, he's a quarterback, and now he was out for the year. And just injuries are starting to pile up now. as training camp goes on. Sometimes I don't know what to do when I have fantasy football. It's like I'm gonna want to draft a player, but it's like what happens when they opt out? You're screwed. You need another receiver. But honestly, yeah, I just can't wait for football.
Yeah, man. Oh, did y'all heard about Ron Rivera having cancer, right?
Oh yes, that is very big. Ron Rivera having lymph node cancer,
Oh man.
and he said that it is treatable and it is curable, and it's early diagnosis. So thank God, and that is amazing. I praise that right now on the show. When I heard that, I was shocked. Washington football coach Ron Rivera diagnosed with cancer. And just you think the Redskins are going? Excuse me, the Washington football team. You think they're going through enough as it is? That organization. With their owner Dan Schneider, the fact that they had to change their name and the time, in this day and age. And I see Josh's face is excited. What happened?
Yeah, the Ravens worked out Dez Bryant.
Oh yes, that's another big news. Dez Bryant. I would like to see Dez Bryant come back in the league. It's been a while since he's been in the league, and I would like to see him back because I feel like he deserves to play. Because
I always liked him.
Yeah, he's been a top 10 receiver in the 2010s. He was always dominant, even with like Tony Romo as his quarterback. Not even with Dak Prescott as his quarterback, but he was mostly good. A lot of really good with Tony Romo. But the Ravens, they need receivers.
Yeah, I like him, and for him, I like the veteran presence.
Yeah.
Not just what he can do on the box score, but him in the locker room. I like.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, because they have a lot of young guys in the Ravens right now. So like bringing him in, that's all they need, honestly. So I think that'll I don't know. I feel like they should go ahead and sign him. I mean, the dudes I know he can still play, man. Like, and it's like because they have Hollywood. He's a speedster guy. So when you add Dez, who's freaking a beast, man, and super strong, now you got two of it. You got, and it like equals each other out. And I can't think of the other guys that they have at receiver, but they have some. I mean, they have some other pretty solid receivers too. But adding Dez, man,
forget about it.
Maybe they should hire Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens likes to post videos all the time of him running 40-yard dashes.
Yo, man, look. Oh, I love Terrell Owens, man. I love Terrell Owens. Him and Chad Ochocinco are still two of my favorite receivers, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like Chad Ochocinco.
The Chiefs cornerback, Brashad Breeland, he's facing suspension. Did you guys hear about that?
I did not. Educate me.
Yeah, so basically he's suspended for 4 games for violating substance abuse policy. So
good luck to him. Get clean. Do what you got to do.
I don't even
come back better than ever, man.
I don't see how people are still doing that.
I don't know either.
I think that you think we covered a lot in the show?
Congratulations to the Islanders.
Congratulations on the New York Islanders, my New York hockey team.
I just want to bring up something funny real quick. I always thought about it. It is hilarious. Like, all right, so okay, so you remember like how people were reacting when the Green Bay Packers selected Jordan Love for their first round pick.
Yeah.
And so it was funny because they interviewed I forgot who interviewed him, but somebody interviewed Aaron Rodgers. And so he was like, when I seen it, he said he grabbed a beer and he just started drinking because he was just like, you know what? Okay. Because like, and it's funny because when they had Brett Favre, they drafted, Brett Favre at that time, well, first let's understand the whole situation. Brett Favre at that time was talking about retiring, right?
They
So
got
they
retired
kind
like
of
5
felt like they
times.
needed to, get a quarterback. So they drafted him first round. And as we know, Aaron Rodgers has never said anything about retiring. He said he wanted to play well in his 40s. And, he was expecting them. He said that he was really looking at the Justin Jefferson kid from LSU. And he said he really liked him. He was still on the board. Or at that point, he said he had just been taken off the board. So he was like, all right, so we'll get another receiver. So he said, like, when they said Jordan Love, and he was just like, what? And he said he literally poured him, I think he said, 4 fingers, I think he said, which is, I don't even like 4 fingers of alcohol. I don't even know what that means. I don't know. Is that rich for drink? I don't know. But yeah, he said he poured 4 fingers, and yeah. So I always found that funny. I don't know why, but that I always found that funny. Like, he said he literally seen the draft pick, went into his cupboard and poured 4 fingers. So yeah, I don't know what to take from that, but yeah. So a little interesting topic there.
I like
I
that.
don't like Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a tool.
Really?
I think everybody's a tool. Who cares? It is what it is. I'm D-Train. Who are they?
I'm buddy.
Is this how we end?
Nah,
I'm
nah.
D-Train. They're all tools.
Everybody,
Whatever,
we're going to
man.
end on everybody's a tool. All right.
Yeah. Guys, oh, wait a minute. I guess now is the time for the big announcement, right?
What
Of
is it?
the little mini series we're going to be starting.
Yes.
Okay, so we have some big news here. So you guys like a regular weekly show, right?
Yep.
Well, what if I told you there's a regular weekly show, but there's also going to be a little mini series? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with 3 teams: the New York Yankees, the New York Mets, and the Houston Astros, our favorite baseball teams. And we're going to make all-time teams. 25-man roster, just like a regular team. One positions 1 through 9, DH obviously. And we're going to compare our teams. Like, this is my Yankee team, that's Buddy's Yankee team, that's Josh's Yankee team. And we're going to talk through it to make like the ultimate team using all 3 of ours. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. That's going to be the first one that we're going to do of those 3 teams. And if you guys like it, we'll continue it. If you don't, then we won't. Simple as that. And it's going to be big. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be starting Tuesday. Not sure what team we're starting with yet. I think the Houston Astros is what we said the other day when we were texting each other.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any of us are really married to the idea. We'll see. We'll keep you guys posted. Follow us on Twitter and you'll know.
All right.
And below, there is going to be a link to our Twitter, but also our new website. Hey, look at that. Shout out to Wix for helping us with the website. So you guys can, it's cool. Just look at it. What else do you need to know, man? So, yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be another step, another one small step for the BDJ crew, one giant step for the boys. That is what it is. So we'll see. We'll start off with baseball, and if you guys really like it, who knows? Maybe we'll expand into other sports. But yeah, you guys. I don't know if you guys have any comments on that before we wrap up.
Maybe we can get into selling some merch, getting some merchandise or something, hats, cups, sweaters, I don't know.
Towels. Why not?
I mean, hey,
Why not?
toilet paper, whatever you desire.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Watches. Hey.
I don't know, man. Whatever you
I
desire.
think watches is probably out of the budget, but hey, you know what, man? It is what it is. That's life.
Stickers.
Bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers.
Bracelets. Well, yeah.
Basically, we have a lot of things that we want to do.
And we are tired.
And we are very tired, yes.
Very tired. But we
All
do
right.
it because this is what we love to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
And we thank all you guys for tuning in every week. No
Yeah.
matter when we drop the episode, just thank you for tuning in.
And this was a 2-day long episode because we started at 11. Was it 11:20 or 11:30 or something
Right.
like that? And now it's 1 o'clock.
Josh, you want to wrap it up for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're still going through the whole coronavirus thing. So guys, please, please, please make sure that you are properly social distancing. Wash your hands.
Wear your mask.
Wear your masks, please. If not for your sake, for others, you don't know what type of person you might encounter that has somebody that has an underlying health condition or they have one. So please just have the courtesy of your neighbors. All we ask, stay safe. Thank you for tuning in. Love you guys. And until next time.
Thank you for tuning into the Buddy D Train Talk Sports Show. I am Buddy.
I'm D-Train.
And I'm Josh.
Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe.